Hi everybody, I hope that you guys have all been having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to contour and highlight your face. So if you guys are interested, then please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do for this video is just kind of show you guys what I am using to do the contour that I'm going to be doing today. You guys don't have to have the products that I'm doing. You guys can use any similar products that you guys have or that you guys want to use. But I'm just going to show you guys the products so that I don't have to be showing them to you guys in the video because as I've mentioned before, I don't have the most amazing camera ever, and it makes it just so hard to just kind of like keep doing this. So I'm just going to tell you guys all the products that I'm going to be using for this video. For primer, I'm going to be using the MAC Skin Base Visage. I actually put this on my face before the video, so you guys won't see me putting it on there, but it's already on there. All you do is just put it on your face. Okay, so primer is what I'm going to be using first. Then we're going to move on to foundation, and I'm going to be using the MAC Matchmaster. So it's this one. This one gives you a matte finish, which is what I'm going for today. So that's the foundation that I'm using. After the foundation, we're going to begin the contouring with all the crazy lines on your face. I'm going to be using the True Blend Fix Stick by CoverGirl. So there's this. This is what I'm going to be using. For highlighting, which is a concealer that you guys are going to be, or that I'm going to be putting on my face, is going to be the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So that is going to be the concealer that I'm going to be using for this look. After that, we're going to set everything with a powder. The powder that I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Mineral Powder. So there's that. We're going to set everything that we do in our face with this baby right here. Brushes that I'm going to be using, this MAC 190 brush. I'm going to be using this, it's Bella Terra Mineral Cosmetics BB11 bronzer brush. I'm going to be using this one, and I think these are kind of the ones that I'm going to be using, besides this one from these two brushes from my brush set, which I will link everything below. I actually don't know what these are called because they don't have a name, but I will I'll put similar ones that look like these. Okay, so what else can I mention? Oh yes, of course. And for my final highlight, I'm going to be using the MAC Soft and Gentle for a highlighter. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it, all the products that I'm going to be using. And the chapstick that I'm going to be using. Dr.Rescue from Baby Lips. Okay, so that's everything that I'm going to be putting on my face. You guys will be able to see these all on my description box as well. So now we can get started. So as I had mentioned before, I already primed my face. So the next thing that we're going to need to do is put some foundation. Take forever to come out of there, but there's that. I'm going to be using this brush from my brush set to put on my foundation. Okay, so there's that for the foundation. The second thing that you need to do is, okay, so we're going to be using our Fix Stick to contour now. This is what's going to create the shadows on your face. This is kind of what you want to use. This is the magical thing that is going to make whatever you think is an imperfection for you disappear or be minimized. So so what we do here is, I'm going to try not to talk too much while I'm doing this. Okay, so we're going to be doing these lines on the bridge of your nose. To make it appear as natural as possible, what I'd like to do is connect it to your eyebrows, so that way when you fill in your eyebrows, it's going to look super natural and blended out. Don't be afraid, these lines are not going to be staying on there forever. By the end of this video, we're going to blend everything until our hands fall off, and it's going to look nice and even. So it's not going to stay like this. Okay. they do that and it makes your chin appear smaller. Okay, so that is the end of the actual contouring. So now we're going to be moving along to highlighting our face. And I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, like I mentioned before. And what you're going to do with this one is you're going to put it right here. Boom. So basically all the spots that you did not contour, you're going to do some highlight. So now that we look like freaks, we are going to blend everything in. This is the most important part of contouring. If you do not blend good, you're gonna have a bunch of lines on your face, and that's gonna look unattractive, and it just looks like you didn't know what you were doing. If you are a beginner with contouring, the best tip that I can give you is to just blend everything so good. You know that you blended incredibly well when you feel like your hand's about to fall off, and that's how you know that you blended extremely well. Okay, so one other thing, when you are doing the blending, it is very crucial that you use 2 different brushes, because if you use one brush, you're gonna end up mixing the dark with the highlight, and it's just going to look like very muddy. It's gonna look horrible and muddy. So I recommend that you use 2 different brushes so that you get the best results as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to be using this same brush that I used to apply my foundation on, and I'm going to use it to blend my highlight, which is the concealer. Okay, and I'm just going to get a little bit closer so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm just going to use this little flat brush to blend out what I have, the darkness or the contouring that I had done on my nose. Oh, sorry. You can also use your fingers for this, but I'm just going to use the brush first and then do my fingers. Okay, and now we're going to use another brush to blend out what we have, the dark spots that we have on our face, dark lines. Okay, so sometimes I will seriously take like 10 minutes just going back and blending and blending and blending and blending, but you know what? Who cares? Because it's better than having lines on your face that are not supposed to be there, so keep blending until your hands fall off. Okay, so I think at this point I'm feeling like everything is perfect and blended out. Nothing is out of place. Everything is perfect at this point. So what I'm going to do is now set everything. I'm going to set everything with my powder. Again, make sure that you use sorry, an appropriate powder, because if you use the same brush that you were using to blend out your contour, then again you're gonna look muddy. Nobody wants to look muddy. Okay, so I know that at this point you guys are probably like, seriously, how much more makeup can that girl put on her face? But there is a couple more steps. The next thing that you guys want to do is with any bronzer that you guys have, I am using this palette, and it's like 1,000 years old, and I honestly don't even know what brand it is. I think I received it in a gift box somewhere. But I'm going to be pointing out, I'll put some other ones that you guys can use, or the other ones that I have used before that I really liked. But what we're going to be doing with this is we are going to be defining again what we had already blended out. So I'm going to be using the bronzer on this palette, and we're just going to be putting it right where we had that original contour at. I mainly dab it on there more than I smudge it. So I'm just kind of dabbing it like this. And just keep doing that until it looks blended and nice. See, do you guys see how this one looks like a very harsh line? Okay, so that tends to happen. I think this one looks fine, but I think that this one looks extremely harsh and horrible. So when that happens, all you gotta do is go back in there and blend it out. I haven't done my eyebrows in forever because I'm actually letting them grow right now. So I'm just gonna leave my eyebrows alone. But what you can do as well is you just get one of those, you get one of these brushes that are angled, and with that same bronzer, what you can do is just go back to your nose. Okay, so after you do that, like I said, you can just go back with your finger and smudge it out a little bit. And there you go. There is your nose. Okay, so the final step, actually not final, sorry, almost done. Okay, so you just gotta put a little bit of blush. And just dab it on there. I am the queen of over blushing. So again, a perfect example of that would be just taking a regular brush and just kind of blending it out. Okay, and now really for the final step is taking your highlighter, sorry about that, brain fart. Taking your highlighter, and you don't really need a brush for this. I just like to do it with my finger. And this goes here on the hollow of your nose. Okay, so that goes there just a little bit. This can also go here after you're done doing your eyebrows, which I didn't do for this video, but next time. But if you guys, I'm assuming if you guys are going out or have a special event, you probably have your eyebrows done. So just put it on there on your cupid's bow. And of course where it goes. And something that I'm just going to do, but it is optional. And there you have it. I am all done contouring and highlighting. As I mentioned before, many people do it in a million different ways. If you guys have a different way of highlighting, and contouring your face, then please put some comments on there so maybe other people can see what kind of tips you guys have, and maybe I can also learn from you guys. So anyway, this is the final result. Please subscribe and put a thumbs up if you guys like this video, if you guys thought that it was helpful, and have a wonderful day.